What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man's Toxic Gamer 330. Woo-hoo! Back at it with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my April 2023 monthly check. Now, if you guys are new to the channel and do not know what my monthly check is, it is where I rank all the movies I saw last month for the first time ever, like that came out that month, or that I never seen before that are classics a whole lot of people have either seen. I rank all of them on a list of mine. And also, I go through my I wouldn't say Blu-ray because I have some figures here, but like my overhaul, and also my pictures that I put on the ceiling. And I'm sorry to say, still no pictures last month. I'm sorry. I keep on trying to get around to it. I just keep on forgetting to do it, okay? So that's why. But before getting to the actual video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. And now we are on the road to 80 subscribers, and we finally hit 70 subscribers. Yay! And I thank you guys so much for that, and it means a lot to me that you did subscribe. Don't forget to like the video if you like my monthly checks. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss notification when I upload a video. Also, don't forget to share the video because that would also help me out, and feel free to comment your monthly checks down below. But with that being said, let's get right into it. And this might be one of my smaller monthly checks because I have only seen 8 movies last month, which I know is quite shocking. I usually see a lot more, but most of the movies that came out last month were mostly R-rated, and I wanted to watch them. I wasn't allowed to watch, and I wasn't allowed to go see it. So Renfield was a maybe, then it turned out to be a no from my parents. So it's not my fault. It's not my fault. So that's not on here. But I did see only 3 movies that came out last month on streaming and 1 in theaters. So, yeah. So with that being said, let's get right cracking into it. Coming in at number 8, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. And if you guys have not seen my review of it yet, I did a short and a full review of the movie. This movie, as of right now, is my least favorite movie of the year so far. Just this type of Power Rangers, I don't think it really works anymore. It worked in the 90s, but it just doesn't work in modern day now. If anything, they should have done a sequel to the Sabine's Power Ranger 2017 movie, which I know some people didn't like, and I know some people liked, but they should have done a sequel to that instead of this. Because the only, positives I can think of are the Black Ranger, the Black Power Ranger, is out of the returning crew, is the only good, the good returning. All the rest of them are just too old for the roles, to be honest with you. And also, there's another positive that isn't my positive, but it would be some other people's positives. If you have a certain nostalgia for the original Power Rangers show, you will have some certain nostalgia for this in this movie. And also, the ending, end credits or whatever, it does a good job of having a nice tribute to the Power Rangers who have died in real life. So that was nice that they did that. But besides from that, I did not like this movie whatsoever. There's this daughter in here of the Yellow Ranger who is just so mean, basically. For example, the Blue Ranger is, yeah, I think he's blue. She blames for her mom's death or whatever. And the scene basically
Hey
went
kid,
like
you're
this.
gonna get yourself killed by trying to be a Power Ranger. I don't want you to end up like your mom. No, that doesn't really make sense since you're the one that got my mom killed in the first place.
By the way, yes, I do know. I'm doing the Luke Davidson thing. But basically how it went down. And she basically just was so mean to the Blue Ranger. And they give her an arc like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know I talk about these type of things a lot. But I kid you not. This was one of the worst representations of that. Like, the Dungeons and Dragons girl, the daughter of Chris Pine, I can kind of get behind. But this? You just blamed the Blue Power Ranger for your mom's death and basically said it right in front of his face. Like, wow. How... Yeah, this movie, I didn't give an F, but it was a C-. I did not like this movie. And I think Power Rangers fans will just think it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing to write home about. This movie was just there for kids. Kids will love it. You adults, no, they would not love it. And also, one more thing, they also add audio cues for Power Rangers that also didn't sign on for the roles. So for the Power Rangers that are dead or did not decide to continue their role as the Power Rangers, they have audio cues from the actual show that they use for them. Yeah, that comes off as really, really not good. Alright, now that Power Rangers is out of the way, I think I talked about that for like 7 minutes, which usually my monthly check, I go by these pretty decently like 3-minute conversation about them, but yeah. But from now up, from 7 to 1, I think all these movies were enjoyable enough, and I don't think they're bad. So, moving on to number 7, we have Peter Pan and Wendy. Peter Pan and Wendy was actually a lot better than I was expecting it to be. I did a Peter Pan ranking yesterday, and I thought it was solid. It wasn't perfect by any means, but compared to the other live-action reboots, it wasn't as bad as the others. Like, I think the only issues I can think of with this are some of the child actors aren't that great, but I'll let that slide because they're starting to learn how to act, so so that doesn't bother me as much. What other negatives did I think of? I forgot. I totally went blank. I thought there was negatives I went into. Oh, okay. At the beginning, they rush through to go straight to Neverland, which I think they should have gave a reason more, or kind of focused on their family relationship a little bit more before they moved to Neverland. But yeah, some moments do feel rushed, but over the positive thoughts, I thought Jude Law as Captain Hook was great. I thought Peter Pan was quite decent in the role. A mixed aspect I have is Tinkerbell. She wasn't really that great, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, she doesn't talk, which I can't really judge or anything. So, well, yeah. I can't really judge or anything because the character doesn't talk. So, yeah. And Wendy was actually really good, too. Another negative. Neverland is made like adventurous in the other ones. This one just seems like it was filmed in New Zealand, which is okay because they kind of explore other stuff too. But yeah, CGI for TikTok Crocs I made pretty good though. And that's pretty much all that I can think of for Peter Pan and Wendy. It wasn't bad. Coming in at number 6, I almost put up 10, but that's okay. Coming in at number 6 is Popeye, which, if you watched my complete movie and TV show and blah blah collection, I said I probably would be watching Popeye this month, and I watched it, I think, Thursday night. It was Thursday night. This was a lot better than I was expecting it to be, too. Well, thought it was a 50-50. I thought it could be good, and I thought it could be really, really cheesy and bad. And it ended up turning to be cheesy fun. Robin Williams, I think, was a good choice to play as Popeye, even though he didn't look the part in the movie sometimes. I thought he was a great representation of Popeye, the seaweed-chewing man himself. It has, what's her name? Should I just pull out my DVD and find out? What's her name? Hang on.
12
Hang on a
seconds
second.
later.
Okay, her name is Shelley Duvall, so she's from The Shining, and she's Jack Torrance. I think that's his last name, but his wife in the movie, and she was, good too. What other stuff can I think of? And it might be a little bit dated, but it was really funny. And the only mixed negative I could give it is I didn't like I mean, they could have just had some musical numbers in there, but they made it kind of a musical. I think they should have just stuck to 1 or 2 musical numbers or whatever. But that's okay. I still had a lot of fun with it, though. And I'd probably give it a B+. Coming in at number 5 is Finding Neverland. So going into this, I was expecting a totally different thing. And it ended up being the story about J.M. Barrie, so the guy that created the Peter Pan book. And I thought it was actually really, really good. Well, would you consider it a biopic? I mean, kind of, but I thought they did a good job of doing that. That was very, cool what they did. Johnny Depp was a great choice as an actor, and he's a great actor. I can't think of one movie that he didn't act bad in. He was great as, J.M. Barrie. I keep on saying Reese Witherspoon. Why? Why do I keep on forgetting her name? Rose from Titanic. Why do I keep on forgetting her name? But she was good too, and it basically explores how he got the idea of Peter Pan by hanging out with her kids. And one of the kids is actually Charlie Beckett in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory reboot. So that's kind of funny because Johnny Depp and that kid are in a movie later. That's kind of funny. I can't really think of anything negative to say about it. It was a good movie, and I thought it was very, very good. Coming in at number 4 is The Pursuit of Happiness. I watched this movie last night just to tell you guys that. Basically, it has Will Smith and Jaden Smith, and I think this was around the time from this to Karate Kid where Jaden Smith was actually a pretty decent child actor, but when he grew up, he kind of got as an actor. But this really solidified Will Smith's acting chops a little bit more, because he was mostly known for I think around before this time, he was mostly known for kind of the action type movie genre. Not really like action, but movie kind of action genre, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. But it follows a family that are struggling to basically pay their debts and everything, and will pay their taxes and all that, and Will Smith is trying to get a job so him and his son can live wherever and try to pay for his job. So it's a really cute movie. I was expecting it to be really sad. I mean, there are some sad moments to it, but it does eventually get happier. It does get happier at some points. And this also has the girl from Mission Impossible 2, that's Ethan Hunt's girlfriend in that. She's in this as the girlfriend of Will Smith and the mom of Jaden Smith. So, but yeah, it was just great. It showed it showed Will Smith's true acting abilities. Coming in at number 3 is I gotta stop doing that. Well, I mean, do I have a red hat that can go with it? I mean, not really. I don't have a red Mario hat. I'm sorry. But the Super Mario Brothers movie, not the old one. I haven't watched that yet, but I've heard that one's quite bad. But the new one that came out last month was actually a lot better, and I think it's guaranteed right now to hit $1 billion. And I knew it was going to hit $1 billion as soon as it was announced and the trailer came out. Which I'm not the biggest Mario fan. I never grew up watching him and stuff, but I was excited to watch this movie though. And when I heard that illumination, at the ooh instead of the eh, so, but illumination, when I heard that they were gonna do it, I was going like, oh no, they're gonna add fart humor in here. Which luckily there's not a lot of that in here. I might have just breezed by it. They didn't have a lot of that in here. But Jack Black as Bowser was the standout out of the cast, and then followed by Charlie Day as Luigi. I really dug him as Luigi. He was really good. Chris Pratt actually did a more decent Mario impersonation. I like that he didn't go full-blown Italian, because I think that would come off as him trying to imitate Mario and not becoming Mario. If that makes sense? Does that make sense? And, yeah, I like the way he went with that. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach was okay. And, I forgot the dude's name, but the dude that plays Toad was really funny. And the only flaw I can really think of that's not really like a bad flaw is it kind of speeds through some plot points. But after all, it is a kids movie, so kids don't really care about plots. They just want straight action. So I can understand where they're going with that. And what other stuff can I think of? There was one thing. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong I didn't dislike as much as other movie critic reviewers. I thought that it was the writer's fault for choosing him, because he was just trying to pretend to be Seth Rogen and do his own voice. So, yeah, that's the writer's fault. That's not his fault. So, yeah. But overall, it was fun. It was very fun. Hang on. I gotta take swigs of water because my tongue goes sometimes when I'm talking. So, ow! I just hit myself on the ankle. What the heck? Coming in at number 2 is Rango, which I saw. It was on TV a couple times when I was younger, and I just never sat around to watch the full thing until last month. And it was this movie, fun fact, freaks my sister out, so that's funny. But you know, it has a charm to it. It was really funny. Johnny Depp was a great casting choice as Rango. That was funny. The desert was the right choice for the setting. I like how it's kind of spoofing Western movies, and I can't really think of anything else. My brain is dated, so I can't think of anything else, but I just remember I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. So Rango was decent. I liked it, and I'll probably give it a B+ too. Yeah. But coming in at number 1, though, drum roll, please. The Gate. Which, if you guys do not know what The Gate is, so last time I went to Jackson Ace's house, Ace has his own YouTube channel, Skadooey, be sure to check him out. We watched, so Jax was going in the other room because he doesn't like sitting around for movies much. Me and Ace decided to watch this movie called The Gate, which I originally thought was R, but it was PG-13. And we put it on, and man, this movie was good. I think if it came out in the 90s, this would be a lot more higher praised, because this is an underrated 80s movie, I think. So basically, there's two kids, and they start to think that there's a big, I don't know, how would you, there's a big hole. I know what you guys are thinking. Not that type of hole. Okay, I'm just gonna drop the whole part. But there's a big, like, deep circle thingy in the ground that has an opening where some ghosts / demons, like, interrupt and stuff, and they're basically trying to shut off the gate and trying to fix it. Which, this movie, I really enjoyed a lot. The kids' acting performances were good. What other stuff? The creature animations, even though it's a little bit dated, as I've said for many movies, are still pretty creepy, and they did a good job of choosing those. The ending was a feel-good ending. If they would have ended it off of a not feel-good ending, I would have probably gave it a lower score, but this was really, really good. If you have not seen The Gate, we watched it on Hulu, I believe, so be sure to check it out on Hulu if you have Hulu. But yeah, that is my list, and we are done with my list part. Now we have my overhaul. So let's start off with movies that I actually got awarded in figures that I actually got. So yeah, and then we have movies that I wanted to have in my collection that I've seen a couple of times from my dad's collection. So yeah. So should we get the movies or the figures out first? Let's get the figures out first. So I have 3 figures. We have, I got this at MegaCon. I showed it in my video here. We have Friday the 13th, the final chapter. I forgot what you would call this type of box set. Pop-out figure, would you call it that? And it's the Friday the 13th, the final chapter, Jason Voorhees here. I'm trying to get a good lighting on it because the sunlight keeps on dimming. But yeah, that's it right there. Probably Friday the 13th final chapter is either it's definitely in my top 3 favorites of the Friday the 13th movies. I got this for Easter. It is a Rob Van Dam with his Mr. Money in the Bank briefcase Funko Pop. So that's cool. What other stuff? I also got Ghostface here from that I got at MegaCon 2 in a kind of, I forgot what the specific box type brand was called. It was called like funny horror characters or something similar to that, where they make the horror characters kind of less horror-y and make them sort of cartoony. Hang on, I'm just gonna close my door real quick. Okay, then we got movies that I actually bought. Well, not bought, but I got gifted. One I got gifted, and the other 2 I bought. Which, I got the Father of the Bride 2 movie collection. I watched the reboot that came out last year. I think that's when that came out. And that was pretty solid. I never watched the original, though. So, it was on in my household a couple times. I just never sat down to watch it properly. If you saw my top 30 favorite movies of all time, spoiler alert, this was on there. Knives Out, and I got the Blu-ray now. I don't have a DVD. Yes! So I got this, and this is a great murder mystery movie. It has lots of twists and turns. It has a star-studded cast with Chris Evans, Daniel Craig, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, and Christopher Plummer. Those are the big names that a lot of people would recognize. I really liked that a lot. Then the last thing I bought, and this is funny because I got the Bedknobs and Broomsticks Blu-ray originally, and I realized that it was a duplicate, which means I already have well, my family already had a Bedknobs and Broomsticks Blu-ray, so I got rid of that, and then I bought this instead, so I'm happy with that. Then we got this from Walmart, the John Wick 3 movie Blu-ray collection, which I'm super happy I have this in my room, because I love all these movies. The fourth one's the best one. I'll probably get that one 4K and have that one in my room, because, yeah, this is one of the best action franchises of all time. No doubt on my mind. Then we have the movies that that my dad gifted to me, or I took, because I love these movies. So yeah, I am allowed to watch all of them. Just tell you guys that. The Darkest Minds, I never watched this, but it was on, and I decided to just do something else. So interested to fully sit through that one. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I'm pretty sure my dad doesn't care that I have this in my room. This I saw for my birthday in 2018 when it came out, and this was really, really good. A whole lot of people were gonna immediately trashing on it because they don't like the show, but this I wasn't expecting to be on the level of the show. I love the show, and this turned out to be really, really good. I love Teen Titans Go to the Movies, so. Okay, this movie if you guys have not seen this, it's on Disney Plus. This movie was one of the movies that should have got a sequel out of the live-action Disney movies. And that is Disney Sorcerer's Apprentice. I love this movie. I used to watch this on loop, too, when I was a kid. It came out 2012. And as Nicolas Cage, as a sorcerer who is basically locked away for a while, and he's trying to stop another sorcerer, but he's evil, and basically he has to find this man called the Permelimian, something similar to that, which is that guy right there. So he's from the Social Network, so he's basically trying to prove that he's the Permelinian. I don't know what the word is. X-Men First Class. I think this might be my favorite X-Men movie. This was a shocker when it came out because nobody was interested in an X-Men prequel. And then they watched that and they went, oh wow, this is really good. The Clash of the Titans reboot, which I've never seen the original, nor I have the original. And then its sequel, Wrath of the Titans. It's been a while since I've seen them, but I remember them being fun. I don't remember them being game-changing, but I remember them being fun. Then we got the Top Gun 2-pack collection, 4K collection with Top Gun Maverick and Top Gun. Well, Top Gun here and Top Gun Maverick there. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Top Gun. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was amazing, though. And then Top Gun Maverick came out, and that was one of my favorite movies of last year. That blew me away, no pun intended, because of airplane engines and stuff. Not something else. But yeah, and then this I want to watch soon, and I haven't got around to watching it. And this got 3 Academy Awards too, and that is 1917, the 4K. So I really want to check that one out. But that is my monthly check, guys. This was definitely one of my shorter monthly checks, but because I have no pictures on the ceiling. So, like I said, I always say this, but I'll try to get some more pictures on the ceiling next month. So, be on the lookout. But with that being said, guys, if you guys have enjoyed my April 2023 monthly check, don't forget to subscribe, because number 1, it's absolutely free. Number 2, now we are on the road to 80 subscribers. Woo! Don't forget to like a video if you like my monthly checks. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss notification when I upload. Don't forget to share the video, because that would also help me out. And feel free to comment your list down below as well. So, with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace.